Alright, it's Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. We've got a battle on the Sand River map, and we've got Pyro in the Concept 1B, the Tier 9 US reward tank from ranked battles. We've seen battles in this tank from Pyro. It's got that great camo on it. It's a Tier 8 to Tier 9 battle, so top tier. It's actually coming to the middle, so not going down the sort of 1-2 line. So can you spot? Alright, got some tanks crossing. It's a shot towards the Basante, but unfortunately doesn't connect. Shot in, doesn't look like it is behind the dunes. It's normally a good spot for medium tanks to come to, or light tanks for spotting, but you can catch tanks crossing, and it's a pretty fast moving tank, the Concept 1B, so not a bad use of it. Alright, it's got some heavy tanks coming down the river valley here, which is not surprising. It's a nice shot into the side of the Martian turret. Spotted now. Is he not going to be affected by RT? There's no RT in the game. So he's got some more tanks coming down, and if they're not paying attention, they'll cop it from him. Fortunately, the angle on the turret there with the second Martian just defeated the gun there, just made it ricochet, and he took a shot from the Basante and a few others, but luckily a few of them bounced, and two shots have penetrated from the Basante, however. So let's punish the enemy tanks as it goes through. Fires a shot while he's crossing at high speed. Just trying to get out of the way there. And can he put a shot back in the Basante? Yes, he does. Punishes him and tracks him at the same time. And has a go at the Type 69 and contacts made there as well, but this Martian and it's a Type 4 heavy, they're all pushing up, so he makes another risky crossing there, but doesn't take any damage, and he's now out of line of sight of all of them. So coming back closer to the base to get a more protective spot, and just dodges the Type 4 heavy there. What he's fundamentally trying to do is get into a hull down position, so you can use this rock here for that purpose. Just poking back at the enemy tanks, doing roughly the same thing, but some of them will be in a bit more exposed position as they're pushing forward, and one of them dies as a result. Type 69 jumps into the air as he's crossing a bit too high speed, and he cops a shot in the underbelly from Pyro. So good timing there. And finally he's got the Type 4 heavy in the line. So making the most of his gun here and his positioning, goes for the cupola on the Chrysler GF, connects as well, but there's a lot of tanks in front of him, and it's just a matter of finding a nice flat spot like the front of the Martian turret he just did, and he'll connect. And he switched to heat rounds, so he's trying to make sure that he does penetrate. He's pretty much defending this line by himself. He does some tank destroyers behind him, but they don't have line of sight really to these tanks. They're all behind relatively hard cover, so they're not much help to him, so he's pretty much got to cover this line by himself or evacuate. I mean, he does have that option. If you find yourself being pushed on too hard, you really need to have a way of getting out of there. Always have an escape route is pretty much a principle. If you're taking up a position, can you get out safely? That's what Pyro's been doing as he's been moving around the map here. He's always got an exit. Now, some of that's based on your mobility, some of it's based on the map characteristics, but very important to always work out your safety there. But he's managed to corral these heavy tanks right into this corner here. The Type 4 heavy, he's just not able to defend himself really. He's backing up, but there's not a lot he can do. The Type 61 comes around to try and run away. And he snaps a shot there, but unfortunately doesn't connect. That Type 61 makes an escape. But one more shot in the Type 4 heavy and he should be gone. Just needs to line up the spot and there he goes. So that's 2 dead Martian and the Type 4 Heavy in roughly the same spot. So a bit of a death trap there, but mainly because Pyro's gun is pointing that direction. So now what can he do here? His team is behind. He's 3 tanks down, even though he's contributed almost 5k of damage to the team damage total. And can he spot any more? Now, got to be a bit careful. The Borsig is at the back there, although he's really out of line of, well, not out of line of sight, but out of sight in terms of draw range. So if he gets spotted, would that be a risk? So there's that Basante. Is he opened up to shooting yet? No. Type 69 up in the north there. Got pretty much free reign, so it might be time to come back to base and support the TDs. There's also a Progetto 66 that hasn't been seen for a little while. And so that's exactly what he's doing, coming here to block off the entry to the camp area that the T69 might be tracking for. And he's not doing the spotting of the T69, so that's good news because he's not getting spotted himself. Just call it a Type 69. Hope not. T69. In any case, up he comes. Can he catch the T69 unawares? He hasn't been spotted yet, but he's a heavy tank, so he doesn't really have great camo. He needs the T69 to come onto his gun, and so he's just waiting here. The T69 went into the buildings, but what you can do there, here we go. He's gone back into the hills, so must have been a bit of exploration there, but the T69 full health as well. Alright, so given he's moved up there, Pyro is making that decision to move up himself, use the cover of the hills to try and get closer to him and perhaps catch him from a different angle that he's not expecting. And again, he's got to just be wary of the Progetto 66. It's also full health. And they managed to close a bit of a gap here. To get spotted there. Yes, he has, but he manages to put a shot into the T69. And just waiting. Get another shot. The T69 hasn't been paying attention. It hasn't moved from that one spot, so right, bounced, which is unfortunate. But it's just odd behaviour. So let's say, in the spirit of skill, that is maybe it's a bit of a tourist. And there's the Chrysler who's managed to put a shot into him. So he needs to back off here. That Chrysler's got a pretty dangerous gun, so takes away. Moves further back, but he wants to put another shot in. He's going for the cupola and actually lands it. That's a nice shot. Takes the Chrysler GF down to one-shottable. So can he finish him off? He certainly can, but that's a shot you need to aim in. And he doesn't really want to spend too much time in front of the Chrysler gun. Not while he's got his hull exposed, so one more shot. Goes for HE, leaves him on 78. There's the T69 running. Will he get copped again? Hopefully he will. Come back up. He's going to duck down below. Can he get hold of him? He will as he crosses here. Well, he certainly hits him, but unfortunately didn't penetrate, and luckily bounces the incoming round from the Chrysler. Can he get a shot in? He'll need to push into the T69 here so that the Chrysler can't pick up on him. T69 thinking he's in a safe position. Well, no, not when you've got a gun being manned by Pyro here, and this one should knock him out. No, it doesn't, but he's lit him up for the UDES, and the UDES has taken him out. Here comes the Chrysler, bounces the incoming round, takes his time, goes to the side armour, and he's gone. So 2 kills now to Pyro, and he's closing in on 7k of damage. That's just monstrous result here. Pulled back the deficits, both in hit points and in tanks. And looks like from the minimap that part of the enemy team has moved back to base, and the other part is trying to push along the K line to overcome the tanks that are down there. And they take out their Progetto 66, so they've lost one of their other tier 9 heavy tanks. So once again, Pyro is going to come back and defend. see the decent speed of the Concept 1B is getting over 50 k's, or just over 50 k's. He's traversing here.
Moving to support your position. Much obliged.
Sling the Tiger II is coming up to help. And there's some one-shottable tanks there, the Type 61. The Basante is two-shottable. Can the Tiger II defend a bit? Well, you'd hope so. If he keeps the front of his turret towards those tanks, he'll have a reasonable shot at it. Yes, he puts a shot into the Basante, that's good. And what else have we got there? Oh, we've got the Borsig there, full health. So, how much ammo has Pyro got left? 6 standard rounds, 2 heat and 1 HE. So hopefully he's got enough ammo here to deal with them. Borsig turret just doesn't get enough time to aim in. Borsig can deal a fair bit of damage, so if he gets a hit by that, it might be put him in one shot in space. Fortunately, it doesn't connect there with the Borsig in a meaningful way. It's unfortunate. He's got to help this Tiger II out, and that'll mean coming around the back, I think. No, he's going to come here and wait for them to fire. Okay, Basante is now a target for deletion, but he goes for the Borsig, so that's interesting. Leaves the Basante there. Maybe he knows that bounce the round. And in fact, takes out the Borsig. The Tiger II takes out the Basante, and now it's just the Scorpion G who is one-shottable, and Pyro takes him out. So 4 kills now to Pyro, 7.5k of damage. It's a full-strength Progetto 66 that was last seen back at base, and the Forest Spirit was just about to get to, takes out the Tiger II, possibly from a long distance, but luckily focused on the Tiger II and not on Pyro. So still a bit on a nice edge in terms of results. 2.5 minutes to go. 2.5 minutes to go. Nearly 3 minutes to go. 2 minutes 15. He's got to get some spotting happening. Forest Spirit might have been down in the corner. There he is. Now he's been spotted. He's dealing with a tank coming the other way, so he's got another side shot on him. Aims in the side, but he gets taken out by the T-49, obviously with a lovely heat round. And now it's just the Progetto 66 who the T-49 didn't uncover, so it looks like he's gone back up into the hills. So this could be a cap-out situation to win this. 2 minutes 10 to go, chasing Progetto 66 into the hills, or capping out to get the win. That's the equation. 2 minutes to go now. Yep, so it looks like the Waffenträger and the Udas are going to go on to cap. The T-49 and Pyro are going to hunt the Progetto. Lovely name for the T-49 player there, tanking better with IPA. I agree with that. So let's see if he uncovers the Progetto. So pincer movement here. T-49 going in from the north and Progetto, Pyro coming from the south. Okay, they found the Progetto there. Looks like the T-49 missed, and he's got a very long reload, so he's been taken out. That means the Progetto 66 is probably on reload. Pyro's going to at least get one shot in. It's only 10 seconds left to cap. May not actually get any damage here. 9 seconds to go. He's crawling as he's going up the hill, and the Progetto may well be running. I know he's sitting there waiting. Just can't quite get the depression. One shot in. No, he misses, and they cap out. Actually takes a hit. But you won't get any more damage there, the match ends. But anyway, great game there from Pyro. Certainly made sure that the cap couldn't get reset, and that's the win. Alright, so we've got a high caliber award for the most damage. It's also in the steel wall, but only with 1800 blocked, so must have been quite a few tanks that couldn't block that much. And the Confederate award for damaging quite a number, I think 7 tanks that were then Kurbei's team. And that's 4 kills as well to go with that, and all of that adds up to an Ace Tanker Mastery badge. Now let's have a look at the team score. Alright, he's finished on top there with 1590 base experience, nice level for tier 9, and almost doubled the top damage of the rest of the team, which is the Waffenträger, and the Tiger 2 coming out in second place with EXP, so nice play there from Hatsune Miku. And on the enemy side, the Basante came out in top with EXP, and the Progetto, who lasted to the end, finishing on top damage as well. So the top 2 players really of that team at both Italian auto lighters are interesting. Anyway, back to Pyro's game. He's ended up firing 37 shots, quite a good deal for a heavy tank. 30 direct hits, 20 of those penetrated. He's fired a fair bit of premium ammunition, but overall pretty much a mix, and used one consumable. That's put him a net loss of 60k. So this is a reward tank, it's not a premium tank, so no special credit earning capabilities. You do get your large repair kit for free though, so that does definitely save you 20k possible a match, but something you don't need to purchase in the future as well. Anyway, back to Pyro's game. It was a great game, as we've come to expect from Pyro. He's an excellent player, and we can see the 2 marks on his barrel, so we know he's been consistent in this tank, and we've seen the damage he's dealt in the past. But anyway, I hope you liked the video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please consider doing that. We'll have more great content to follow. Thanks very much for watching.